All right, so I want to talk tonight about establishing customer bases. This is huge for entrepreneurs. Huge. Because you're going to be doing it your whole life, man. Even if you've got a thriving business right now and you've got a lot of customers and you're thinking, yeah, things are off, things are good, getting good, getting skilled at building customer base is, like, I would say, the number one trait that will make you a successful entrepreneur. Like, the number one trait. Because no matter what you do in life, you're always going to be reestablishing customer bases. So when I started my business, my customer base was my neighbors. I was 14. I was actually like 12, like a lot of these kids on Snap. But, I was like, all right, I needed neighbors, right? And then when I got older and I got a truck, then my customer base expanded, my market size expanded, and at the end of it, I ended up getting the 50-year-old to 70-year-old homeowner. That ended up being my customer base. In college, I pivoted a little bit away from that, and I ended up doing some biodiesel activities. So I did some stuff where my customer base changed to companies. Then I got out of that, and I went back to landscape work, but I didn't want to deal with homeowners anymore, so I went to just dealing with businesses. And then I got into the mulching stuff, so slowly over 10, 12 years is the process, and then I realized, my customer base has now changed. Now my customer base is homeowners again, and they typically tend to be all over the place, but they're landowners. So now they're customers that own 2 acres or more. So why I say building a customer base is so important, or knowing how to build a customer base is so important, is because throughout your career, you're going to be constantly trying to get a new market base. Right now, you might be doing lawn care, you might be doing contracting, you might be doing power washing, you might be doing a service business. Later on, you might very easily be in a product business, right? But the first thing you do, if you have not a customer, is you get some flyers, you print them off on a computer, real cheapy flyers, regular white paper, black ink, and you start handing them out in areas that you want to be doing for the services you want to be doing them, right? So that's the first thing you do. Once you get some customers, you turn those customers into salespeople for you, right? So you want to turn them into raving fans. You want to say, hey, do you have any friends, families, neighbors that I could also help out like I'm helping you out? Right? And they're not going to say, oh, no, man, absolutely not. They're going to say, you know what? Yeah, actually, I got a neighbor down the road. Let me talk to him for you. Great. Hey, what's his name? Oh, his name is Eric. Okay, cool. Would you mind if I talked to Eric and just said you referred me? No big deal. And then you go talk to that neighbor, Eric, and you go to Eric and you say, hey, your neighbor, John, said you might need my services. And so when you go in to talk to Eric, all of a sudden, he's like, oh, well, John's referring you, then, you must be somewhat legit. So you kind of have your shoe in the door. After you've got your flyers out, your customers are referring you, and you've got to constantly, it's like coals, you got to constantly be blowing on those coals to get them hot. You've got to be asking your customers for referrals. You have to make a habit out of it. All the time, you need to say, hey, who else do you know? Friends, family, neighbors that I can help, that I can do these services for them. In addition to that, trying to spread your air a little bit, road signs are a winner. Hands down, road signs are a winner. I've made like $1,000 this week on road signs alone. 1 sign, 2 jobs, $1,000 in revenue. My costs were probably $100 in fuel to go do it, right? So after you get your flyers out, you've got your existing customers referring you, do the road signs. Do the yard signs. This is where you stick a yard sign in. Well, neighborhoods won't let me do this, right? Neighborhoods won't let me put it in these yard signs. If you're putting out pesticides or you're putting out herbicides like Roundup, most states require you to put some sort of labeling for it. Now, most dudes will spray Roundup and no one labels it, all right? And I get it. I do it too, all right? But you can use this as an opportunity to comply with state laws and put your logo on there in a way that is sufficient with state laws. The reason that I'm saying this first, right? Because email marketing, website stuff, I'm all about it. I'm all about it. But the initial getting a business going doesn't have to be complicated. It's as simple as, because we want customers now. You know what I mean? Now, when you put out a website, you put out email marketing, you're investing in something that is a little bit bigger. You're investing in the equity of the business. I'm going to hit that in the next point. So you got your road signs out, you got your yard signs out, you're complying with all laws. Sometimes, right? Like, I don't know who does cool looking signs. Honestly, the best signs are the service and a phone number. Service and a phone number, right? So That's it. Tree removal and a phone number. Not AC tree service. Quality trees. Nobody gives a shit. It's just this. It's just tree removal and a phone number. It's lawn service and a phone number. I guarantee no one in your town is putting out lawn service. I got one guy in this town. He's got 20 signs out this week. And they all say lawn service, $65 a month. And I drove by the first one and I was like, dude, what's this bro doing, man? And then I drove by another one. I'm like, dude, really? And then I realized he's probably getting a lot of calls on that. He's probably going to those bids. And then when he goes to the bid, he's like, oh, dude, 65 is our starting point. But like, if you got bushes, you want to add that, you want to add some Roundup spraying here and there, you're going to be $100 a month. That's probably what he's doing. You know what I mean? I hope he's doing that. I hope he's not mowing, 4 times a month for $65. But the point is that he's got 20 signs out, and they're getting, they're going to get taken by their lawn companies. Maybe he'll get in trouble. Depends on your county, your township, how that works. But dude, and then you're going to be putting your yard signs, because we're talking about service businesses, lawn care, fertilization, power washing. The best customer is the neighbor next door, which is why I love websites and I love email marketing, but it's not going to give you the neighbor next door. Another thing that you could do is get on nextdoor.com and start talking and start getting social, because the idea is that you want to build a tight route. That's what's going to increase the value of your business.